Hello students, welcome to CBSE Grade 10 Mathematics. In this lesson, we are going to begin a very important chapter called Introduction to Trigonometry, Part 1. Trigonometry helps us understand the relationship between the sides and angles of a right-angled triangle. In this part, you will learn the basic ideas of trigonometry, including trigonometric ratios and how these ratios are defined with respect to an angle. This chapter is very important for board examinations and is also widely used in higher mathematics and science. So stay attentive, follow each step carefully, and let us begin our journey into trigonometry. In this chapter, we will study the basic ideas of trigonometry using a right-angled triangle. You will learn how the sides of a right-angled triangle are related to an angle, and how these relationships are expressed using trigonometric ratios such as sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent. We will also understand important concepts like the opposite side, adjacent side, and hypotenuse, which form the foundation of all trigonometric calculations. Later in this chapter, we will use these ideas to solve numerical problems and apply them in different situations. This chapter is very important for board examinations and future classes, so listen carefully and try to understand each concept step by step. Let us now begin our study of trigonometry. Let us first understand the meaning of the word trigonometry. The word trigonometry comes from three parts. The word tri means three. The word gona means sides. The word metron means measure. So, trigonometry literally means the measurement of the three sides of a triangle. In mathematics, trigonometry deals with the relationship between the sides and angles of a triangle. In this chapter, we mainly study right-angled triangles and learn how the sides of the triangle are related to its angles. These relationships help us find unknown sides or unknown angles using known values. This concept forms the foundation of trigonometry and is very important for solving problems in higher classes and real-life applications. Let us now clearly understand the meaning of opposite side and adjacent side with respect to an angle. Look at the given right-angled triangle. First, let us consider angle x. When we take angle x as the reference angle, the side directly across this angle is called the opposite side. So, for angle x, the opposite side is the side joining points y and z. The side which is next to angle x, but not the hypotenuse, is called the adjacent side. So, for angle x, the adjacent side is the side joining points x and y. Now, let us consider angle z. When angle z becomes the reference angle, the position of the sides changes. For angle z, the side directly across this angle is the side joining points x and y. So, for angle z, the opposite side is the side joining points x and y. The side which lies next to angle z, but is not the hypotenuse, is the side joining points y and z. So, for angle z, the adjacent side is the side joining points y and z. This shows that the opposite side and adjacent side depend on the angle chosen. However, the hypotenuse remains the same for all angles because it is always opposite the right angle. Understanding this concept is very important before learning trigonometric ratios. Let us now understand the trigonometric ratios of an angle theta in a right-angled triangle. Look at the given right-angled triangle. The triangle is right-angled at point B, and the reference angle theta is at point A. First, let us clearly identify the sides with respect to angle theta. The side opposite to angle theta is the base, which is called the opposite side. The side next to angle theta, but not the hypotenuse, is called the adjacent side. The longest side of the triangle, which is opposite the right angle, is called the hypotenuse. Now we will define each trigonometric ratio one by one. Sin theta is defined as the ratio of the opposite side to the hypotenuse. So, sin theta equals opposite side divided by hypotenuse. Cosine theta is defined as the ratio of the adjacent side to the hypotenuse. So, cosine theta equals adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. Tangent theta is defined as the ratio of the opposite side to the adjacent side. So, tangent theta equals opposite side divided by adjacent side. Now let us look at the remaining trigonometric ratios, which are reciprocals. Cosecant theta is the reciprocal of sin theta. So, cosecant theta equals hypotenuse divided by opposite side. Secant theta is the reciprocal of cosine theta. So, secant theta equals hypotenuse divided by adjacent side. Cotangent theta is the reciprocal of tangent theta. So, cotangent theta equals adjacent side divided by opposite side. These 6 ratios, sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent, are called the trigonometric ratios of an angle. They are always defined with respect to a right-angled triangle, and the values of opposite side and adjacent side change with the chosen angle. But the hypotenuse always remains the same. Understanding these definitions clearly is very important, because they form the foundation for solving all trigonometry problems. In the next part, we will use these ratios to solve numerical questions step by step. So stay focused and keep practicing. Let us now solve exercise 8.1, question 1. We are given a triangle named ABC, which is right-angled at point B. The length of side AB is 24 centimeters and the length of side BC is 7 centimeters. We are asked to find the values of sine A and cosine A, and then sine C and cosine C. First, since the triangle is right-angled at B, the side opposite the right angle is AC. So, AC is the hypotenuse. To find the length of the hypotenuse, we use Pythagoras' theorem. According to this theorem, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So, the square of AC is equal to the square of AB plus the square of BC. Substituting the given values, the square of AC becomes the square of 24 plus the square of 7. This gives 576 plus 49, which equals 625. Taking the square root, we get the length of AC as 25 centimeters. Now, let us find the trigonometric ratios. First, consider angle A. For angle A, the opposite side is BC and the hypotenuse is AC. So, sine A is defined as the ratio of the opposite side to the hypotenuse. Therefore, sine A is equal to 7 divided by 25. For cosine A, the adjacent side to angle A is AB and the hypotenuse is AC. So, cosine A is equal to 24 divided by 25. Let us now find the values of sine C and cosine C. We are given a triangle ABC, which is right-angled at point B. The length of side AB is 24 centimeters, the length of side BC is 7 centimeters, and the hypotenuse AC is 25 centimeters. First, consider angle C. When angle C is taken as the reference angle, the side opposite to angle C is AB. The hypotenuse remains AC. So, sine C is defined as the ratio of the opposite side to the hypotenuse. Therefore, sine C is equal to the length of AB divided by the length of AC. Substituting the values, sine C becomes 24 divided by 25. Now, Let us find cosine C. For angle C, the side adjacent to the angle is BC and the hypotenuse is AC. Cosine C is defined as the ratio of the adjacent side to the hypotenuse. So, cosine C is equal to the length of BC divided by the length of AC. Substituting the values, cosine C becomes 7 divided by 25. This gives us the required values of sine C and cosine C. Let us now solve question 2. We are given a triangle named PQR and it is right angled at point Q. We are asked to find the value of tangent P minus cotangent R. First, let us observe the given figure. The length of side PQ is 12 centimeters. The length of side PR is 13 centimeters. The length of side QR is not given. Since the triangle is right angled at Q, the side opposite the right angle is PR. So, PR is the hypotenuse. To find the missing side QR, we use Pythagoras' theorem. According to this theorem, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So, the square of PR is equal to the square of PQ plus the square of QR. Substituting the given values, the square of 13 is equal to the square of 12 plus the square of QR. After simplifying, we get the square of QR equal to 25. Taking the square root, the value of QR becomes 5 centimeters. Now, let us find the trigonometric ratios. First, consider angle P. For angle P, the side opposite is QR and the adjacent side is PQ. So, tangent P is defined as the ratio of the opposite side to the adjacent side. Therefore, tangent P is equal to 5 divided by 12. Next, consider angle R. For angle R, the adjacent side is QR and the opposite side is PQ. Cotangent R is defined as the ratio of the adjacent side to the opposite side. So, cotangent R is also equal to 5 divided by 12. Now, let us find tangent P minus cotangent R. Since both values are the same, their difference becomes 0. Therefore, the final answer is 0. Let us now solve question 4. We are given that 15 times cotangent A is equal to 8, and we are asked to find the values of sine A and secant A. First, let us simplify the given information. If 15 times cotangent A is equal to 8, then cotangent A is equal to 8 divided by 15. Now, let us draw a right-angled triangle to represent this situation. Consider a triangle named ABC, which is right-angled at point B. Let angle A be the given angle. By definition, cotangent A is the ratio of the adjacent side to the opposite side. So, cotangent A is equal to the length of side AB divided by the length of side BC. We already know that this ratio is 8 divided by 15. To make calculations easier, let us take a common multiple. Let the length of side AB be 8K and the length of side BC be 15K, where K is a positive number. Now, let us find the hypotenuse AC. Since the triangle is right-angled at B, we use Pythagoras' theorem. According to this theorem, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So, the square of side AC is equal to the square of 8K plus the square of 15K. This gives 64K square plus 225K square, which equals 289K square. Taking the square root, the length of side AC becomes 17K. Now, all three sides of the triangle are known. Let us now find the values of sine A and secant A. From the previous steps, we already know the lengths of all the sides of the right-angled triangle. The triangle is right-angled at point B. The length of side AB is 8K. The length of side BC is 15K. The length of the hypotenuse AC is 17K. Now, let us first find sine A. For angle A, the side opposite to the angle is BC and the hypotenuse is AC. Sine A is defined as the ratio of the opposite side to the hypotenuse. So, sine A is equal to the length of BC divided by the length of AC. Substituting the values, sine A becomes 15K divided by 17K. After cancelling K, we get sine A equal to 15 by 17. Now, let us find secant A. Secant A is defined as the ratio of the hypotenuse to the adjacent side. For angle A, the adjacent side is AB and the hypotenuse is AC. So, secant A is equal to the length of AC divided by the length of AB. Substituting the values, secant A becomes 17K divided by 8K. After cancelling K, we get secant A equal to 17 by 8. Therefore, the required values are sine A equal to 15 by 17 and secant A equal to 17 by 8. Let us now solve question 5. We are given that the value of secant theta is 13 by 12 and we are asked to find all the other trigonometric ratios. First, let us draw a right-angled triangle to represent the given information. Consider a triangle named ABC, which is right-angled at point B. Let angle A be equal to theta. By definition, secant theta is the ratio of the hypotenuse to the adjacent side. So, secant theta can be written as the ratio of side AC to side AB. We are given that this ratio is 13 by 12. This means the ratio of AC to AB is 13 is to 12. To simplify calculations, let us take a common multiple. Let AC be equal to 13K and AB be equal to 12K, where K is a positive number. Now, we need to find the third side, BC. Since the triangle is right-angled at B, we use Pythagoras' theorem. According to this theorem, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So, the square of side AC is equal to the square of side AB plus the square of side BC. Substituting the values, the square of 13K is equal to the square of 12K plus the square of BC. After simplifying, we get the square of BC equal to 25K square. Taking the square root, the value of side BC becomes 5K. Now, all three sides of the triangle are known. Now let us calculate all the remaining trigonometric ratios for the given angle theta. From the previous step, we already know the lengths of the sides of the right-angled triangle. The hypotenuse is 13K. The adjacent side is 12K. The opposite side is 5K. Now, let us find each trigonometric ratio one by one. First, let us find sine theta. Sine theta is defined as the ratio of the opposite side to the hypotenuse. So, sine theta is equal to the length of side BC divided by the length of side AC. Substituting the values, sine theta becomes 5K divided by 13K. After cancelling K, we get sine theta equal to 5 by 13. Next, let us find cosine theta. Cosine theta is defined as the ratio of the adjacent side to the hypotenuse. So, cosine theta is equal to the length of side AB divided by the length of side AC. Substituting the values, cosine theta becomes 12K divided by 13K. After cancelling K, we get cosine theta equal to 12 by 13. Now, let us find tangent theta. Tangent theta is defined as the ratio of the opposite side to the adjacent side. So, tangent theta is equal to the length of side BC divided by the length of side AB. Substituting the values, tangent theta becomes 5k divided by 12k. After cancelling k, we get tangent theta equal to 5 by 12. Next, let us find cosecant theta. Cosecant theta is the reciprocal of sine theta. So, cosecant theta is equal to the hypotenuse divided by the opposite side. That gives 13k divided by 5k. After cancelling k, cosecant theta becomes 13 by 5. Now, let us find cotangent theta. Cotangent theta is the reciprocal of tangent theta. So, cotangent theta is equal to the adjacent side divided by the opposite side. That gives 12k divided by 5k. After cancelling k, cotangent theta becomes 12 by 5. Secant theta was already given as 13 by 12. So now we have found all the trigonometric ratios for the given angle theta. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this lesson helped you understand the concepts clearly and step by step. If you found this video useful, please like the video and share it with your friends. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that you never miss upcoming lessons. You can write your doubts, questions, or feedback in the comments section. Your comments help us improve and bring better content for you. Part 2 of this chapter is coming very soon, so stay tuned. Keep learning, keep practicing, and see you in the next video.